What we've seen over the last probably 5 or 6 years is fires growing at an exponential rate and impacting large communities and large areas where we didn't really see that in years past. We understand now that the way the fires grow, that it is not how it used to be.
Weather and human factors can all contribute to the risk of wildfires. In California's case, the risk is especially high thanks to years of historically low rainfall.
What we're seeing now with years and years of drought is the fuel is also becoming a large contributing factor on fire behavior.
At least some of that fuel, or materials that fires burn, are the millions of dead trees across California. According to the U.S. Forest Service, 129 million trees on 8.8 million acres have died between 2010 and 2017.
It's a tinderbox waiting to explode.
For a crew fighting a wildfire, the highest priority is public and firefighter safety. The second, containment. Firefighters halt the spread of wildfire with air support and ground crews.
The air tankers will come in and knock the heat out of it. The engine companies will come in behind that and put the hose lines in to extinguish it, and then the hand crews will come behind them last to cut the fire break. And what they do is go in with the grunt work, the most difficult and challenging work of using hand tools and chainsaws to basically cut a 4 to 8 foot path along the fire's edge and separating the burn from the unburned all the way down to mineral soil. So it's basically creating like a large walking trail on the fire's edge to ensure that any of that hot material that's on the edge doesn't continue to burn and ignite the unburned material. Once those things are completed and the engine companies come in and extinguish all the hot material, that's when we're able to safely call that portion of the fire contained.
But as cities and development spread, that job is getting more complicated.
Well, what we've seen over the years is a much larger wildland-urban interface. The amount of population in the unincorporated areas has grown tremendously. So when we have wildland fires that start in the backcountry, it affects a lot more people a lot more quickly.
And even heavy rain, which can help extinguish a fire, isn't all good news when it comes after drought conditions.
We got a banner amount of rain, just a bumper that gave all our fine fuels, all the grass, all those annual grasses, an opportunity to finally germinate and sprout. This time of the year, all that grass is completely dead and dried. What that is an extremely receptive fuel bed.
It's the latest in a string of challenges that make fighting wildfires more difficult and dangerous. But new technology is giving firefighters a boost, like how NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory is using satellites to help spot fires and track their movement.
We understand that the game has changed, and we are making the appropriate adjustments to change our way we suppress fires in these new environments.